On this episode from 126, we take you on a features tour of our new REGAL 38XO, showing you the areas and design elements that helped us choose the 38XO over the 42XO and why we chose REGAL in the first place. Hint, can someone say outboard power? Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support means the world to us. From 100 to 26, and then to kind of 38, but that's another story. Welcome to our 38XO. We're going to give you our features walkthrough today, which we're going to show you why is it that we bought a 38XO in the first place. And then the second part of this video, which will be following on to this, will be a technical overview for those of you who want to see the technical aspects of the boat, as well as some of the improvements that we put into the boat as well. The REGAL 38 comes in two different varieties. The first one is an inboard, where you have inboard engines, which basically the engines are inside the boat, and the 38XO, which the engines on the outside are basically outboard powered. And we wanted to go with the outboard power for two reasons. Number one, the simplicity of the operation. I mean, the reality is that if there's something that goes wrong with one of these engines, you unbolt it, you bolt it back on, you call it a day. When you have inboard engines, you have various issues. It's a little bit more complex in operation, but also more importantly, as you will see in this features video, as we walk through the boat, by putting the engines on the back of the boat like this, it really opens up a tremendous amount of storage space inside of the boat. And for a small 38-foot boat, since we're going to be doing it longer trips on this boat, 2, 3, 4 weeks, we're going to try, we actually need a lot of storage space. So that was one of the reasons why we decided to go with the outboard version of the 38XO. Okay, on the back of the 38XO, looking at the storage space, you can see that there are two very, very large storage areas on the back of this 38XO. And I'm pretty sure, in fact, let me give it a go here. Yep, yeah, I can get into this one. Yep, that's how big it is. And actually, to be honest with you, there's enough room there that you could probably put another person in it as well. So that's how much room there is that they've been able to incorporate on the back of this 38XO. Now, one of the other things that REGAL has done here is with the engines trimmed completely up, you can still walk behind the engines here by using this small walkway right here. So when the engines come trimmed up, you're still able to walk behind the boat without any kind of an issue. Oh wait, there's actually more storage. Hit it, Amanda. There's more. Yep, there's more storage on the back of the boat. Pretty cool, huh? I think so. I think for a small boat like this. Now, just for size comparisons, I will get in to this one. So remember, on just the back of this boat, you have that large storage compartment, the large storage compartment that you saw up here, and then you have this storage compartment, but wait, there's even more. All right, so now we're down into, I guess, what used to be the engine room is now just an accessory room. And if you take a look, you've got your generator right there. You've got your batteries right here. You got your fuel tank right behind me. You've got your waste tank over there. Your diesel fuel tank right there. There's your Glendenning right there. And I am sitting on the Seakeeper. But there's actually more storage down here as well. You have a lot of storage there. A lot of storage there, and even more storage right there. So that's the real benefit here of not having these big inboard engines in here, is it opens up all of this space for storage. It's kind of impressive, to be honest with you, in a 38-foot boat. And remember, we're just in the back of the boat right now, and this is how much storage there is. Welcome to the back of the 38XO. In our opinion, probably one of the best designed rear entertainment areas that we have found on a 38-foot boat. In fact, it was one of the reasons why we chose the 38 over the 42XO, was specifically due to this area here. Regal's done an absolutely amazing job by integrating the indoor galley, which is right here, with the outdoor galley, and really provided a really nice seamless transition from inside to outside in such a small boat. In fact, if you think about it, with a 38XO, you've really extended the inside salon by probably about another 10 feet out here, making the boat feel a lot bigger than it actually is. In the back here, as part of this, Regal has incorporated a smokeless grill, and they've done a really nice job of what to do with these covers. So you have your smokeless grill here. You've got a very large trash receptacle, which is located right here. And then down below, of course, that you have one of 3 refrigerators on board a 38-foot boat, which is located right here. So Regal has kind of thought of everything. It took us a little while to figure out why they created this compartment, and then it dawned on us. They actually have a place to put your shoes. And that's this large area right underneath here with a lip to prevent your shoes from falling out when you're underway. Now that's pretty cool. What entertaining area would not be complete without a TV? Enter TV. Okay, here's our first knock against Regal on this. When we bought the boat, these were not the TVs that came with the boat. Similar TVs, they're much thicker. The TVs were stuck in this position, which if you take a look at it, is only facing one direction. So we had to spend some money, no big deal, to put a bracket in behind here and buy a thinner TV so that the entire assembly could fit in here. But now the TVs can actually aim to where you're actually going to be sitting. In my opinion, this is something that Regal really needs to do from the factory. Nobody's going to watch TV in one direction. So by putting these mounts on, we can adjust the TV and aim it to where we're actually going to be seated. It's a really nice entertainment area with the TV down. It's quite a comfortable area for a small 38-foot boat. As Regal has incorporated steps from the back of the boat up to allow you to get onto a fixed platform, Regal has also incorporated, I think, kind of an ingenious little solution in order to get from the back deck onto a raised dock, or if you're at low tide, and that is this. So this raises up here. This cushion is removed out of the way. So by raising this up and removing the filler cushion, it allows you, with everything being non-skid, to literally step here, and then onto a large pier. Welcome to the inside of the 38XO. So we now have all of this closed off and showing you how much privacy that you get in here, and showing you how, if the weather is inclement outside, you have, again, here is your sink. And then located right here is your two-burner stove. And what Regal, again, has done here is, if you don't need these, they have devised a storage solution down below where these just slide right in and are held in place. And now they're out of your way. Again, using minimum amount of space for maximum amount of functionality. On this side of the galley, you have 2 refrigerators, and they're very large. They're drawer-type refrigerators. And the benefit of these is you can make them refrigerators or freezers. You can choose what you want to do with them. So you can have 2 refrigerators, or you can have 2 freezers. In our application, with our types of trips, I have a feeling we're probably just going to be using 2 refrigerators. Pretty ingenious solution, and it's really, honestly, a tremendous amount of refrigerator space for a small 38-foot boat. Now looking above, you've got your microwave oven, which is located right here. you have a very large trash receptacle, which is located right here. It's one of the things that I kind of like about Regal. Some things that they've done is they put in really big trash cans, you know, which is kind of important if you have people on board, if you're doing any kind of entertaining. You know, I've seen some of these boat manufacturers put these little kitty, like little waste paper cans, and you're like, what are you going to do with that? You know, after a few drinks and that sort of thing, you're kind of out of space. So we've obviously owned a lot of boats, and I have to say that the doors on this boat are probably some of the heaviest duty doors I've ever seen. Not quite as heavy duty as our expedition boat Bravo, but I mean, this is a door. I mean, I don't know if you can hear this or not, but it is, I mean, it is solid. And then as you press down on the handle, if you stop at any intermediate point, it locks the door in position. So if you have any kind of kids or anything like that on board, or you're getting waked around a little bit, if you have this door open, it automatically locks in the position that you leave the handle, which I think is a really, really nice safety device. So these doors open up like this, which again bring the outside to the inside. But this next feature is one of the main reasons why we bought the 38XO versus the 42XO. And that is me turning on and off the lights. Okay, I don't know where all the light switches are yet, but that is hitting this button and lowering this partition now. And now again, bringing the outside to the inside. So you have this huge, massive area where you can entertain from. So the 42 does have something similar to this. Their galley is flipped, it's on the other side, but their outdoor prep area is just this small little grill, and the grill has no prep area next to it. So if it was a hot day and you wanted to keep these windows closed, you have no place to put your food in order to put things on the grill or a plate or anything. So that's why we chose this design, is because of this feature right here. We would love to see this type of configuration on the 42, because we would have probably gone to the 42, because there is some other items that you get with the 42 that you can't with the 38, for example, a washer and dryer. But until they make this change, we believe that the 38 is going to be best for us. Looking at the right side or the starboard side of the boat, this is the other way that differentiates the 38XO from the 42XO. The 42XO really has just one large seating area here, is the ability to have some people sitting right here, and as well as people sitting right here, while perhaps somebody is actually preparing or making drinks or whatever. It gives you a couple of social areas in this boat versus the 42, which just has a single zone. And again, to Regal's credit, they try to bring as much storage potential into the boat as possible. For example, you have a massive amount of storage behind this seat back here. And then on top of that is you have a tremendous amount of storage underneath the seats as well in here. As we are exploring which boats that we are looking at, one of the areas that we believe that manufacturers are cutting costs, and we've seen it a lot, is how manufacturers are integrating air conditioning ducts into the boat. What we've seen is a lot of manufacturers, in order to cut costs, because running ducts and putting air conditioning ducts in places where it's not blowing directly on your face, it costs money to do that, and it adds complexity. And Regal has done an absolutely amazing job by integrating the air conditioning ducts into the boat. On both sides of the boat in this Salon, the air conditioning ducts are actually cut into the solid surface material on this side, making it a very nice, seamless air conditioning or heating situation. Whereas if I'm sitting right here, I'm not having air blowing directly on me. It's filling the room from behind me. And it's also located over on the galley side as well. Again, filling the room rather than hitting you in the head. In fact, we went on one manufacturer's boat where they put basically an air conditioning in this cabinet as an example. And they literally, for this entire space, had one air conditioning vent right here, one big one, and it was blowing directly on your head. So you could not sit here in these seating areas because literally you're just getting blown in the face by air conditioning the entire time. Absolutely terrible design. It's absolutely from a cost-cutting standpoint. And Regal has done a really nice job of integrating it into the Regal 38XO. All right, moving forward in the 38XO's Salon, you have this really nice seating area with a nice dinette table. Easily can be accommodating 2 or 3 people, very comfortable. We are putting an option in here, which I think is a miss for Regal. They do it in the 42XO. Why they don't offer it in the 38XO, I don't know. And that is, we are going to be making this table what we call high-low, so it goes from a high position to a low position down here. Okay, and then there's going to be a filler cushion that goes on top of this table, and enabling this entire area to be a lounge area, for example, if you wanted to watch TV. What is any salon without a TV? Regal came up with the answer for that, and they have it integrated into the ceiling. With the touch of a button, down comes your TV. However, we are going back to the same issue that we had before on the outside. Coming from the factory, Regal made the TVs fixed, not being able to swivel at all, and we ended up going with a thinner TV and putting a mount on the back here to actually aim the TV at the direction at which you would be sitting, which is right where the camera is right now. So as you can see right now, the TV is aiming that way. And there's nobody over here. Everybody's sitting over there. Regal has done a really nice job of integrating the blinds into the boat. Magnets on the bottoms of each side of the blinds that end up attaching down. So if you notice right now, they're completely locked in place. So you could even have the blinds down while you're underway if you wanted to do something like that. Again, keeping with Regal's idea of having storage everywhere, you've got a big storage compartment here, and then you've got a drawer which comes out with slidable storage like this. All right, now working onto the helm area. I haven't run the boat yet from the helm area, but I think I'm a pretty good determination of what we call switchology and ergodynamics of a helm. And I would say that Regal pretty well nailed it on this one. You know, I still have to run it and see what it's like when you're truly underway. But to me right now, initially, now please keep in mind that there are a lot of optional equipment and equipment that is not even offered by Regal that is incorporated into this helm. I'll point a few of those out, but we'll get more into this when we get into the technical inspection. But looking at the helm initially, you have a flip-up bolster, which allows you to come in and stand at the helm. Now, I'm 5'9", so I'm not exactly tall, but this would be kind of low. So Regal has thought of that, of course, and they built this really, really well-made support structure or standing structure. The way it works is you pull out these 2 legs like that, and this little latch, and this whole thing comes down. You can just see how thick of a teak piece that this is. And it comes down, and it's just, I mean, just really solid material. I was quite impressed by that. So now, with that pedestal here, you can see how much higher of a helm position it was if we're moving into the dock. It's a really comfortable position right now. And with that said, at this position, the throttles, the joystick, and everything, instead of them being up on me, they're basically down at my fingertips, which is a nice position to be at. If I lower the bolster here to be at the helm position, I have a footrest that my feet just naturally go to, and you can see that the position is very nice, although I'm pretty far back. But again, Regal has come up with a solution for that. Powered helm chair. So now at this position, when we're underway, I've got the ability to reach for my throttles and be able to steer the vessel with the joystick. Because in most cases, as you are underway, you're not going to be steering via the helm wheel, especially if the autopilot is on. You're going to be steering actually via the joystick. So it's a really, really nice, comfortable helm position. So if you're underway, And this is one of the reasons why we decided not to go to the fly bridge version. They do have a fly bridge version of this boat, which we're actually going to show in a future episode, the two different versions of this boat, because there's one right next to us that's the fly bridge version. But if we like this boat because we can actually open it pretty well up while we're underway if it's a beautiful day out. The first way to do that is these windows on the side. You basically pull up, and if you notice, these windows are now open on the side, and these open up on either side. That combined with the doors open up in the back, okay, really add a lot of air into the boat. But there's actually one more trick, and that is this. A very, 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 very large sunroof. So as you can see now, we've brought the inside to the outside. All right, now we're coming down into the lower area of the 38XO. In this little area right here, it's kind of nice because the windshield is right above us. It's open to above, and it allows a lot of natural light. Now, keeping in mind, we're inside a warehouse right now, or a showroom, so there isn't a lot of light getting in here. So you can see just the amount of light that's coming in just from having this on the outside. Everything that they try to find a storage space for everything. And then coming down the stairs, obviously, you've got very large cubbies here, again, to put things. And again, the really thickness of these, you know, this isn't, this is some solid stuff. So one of the things I always tell people when they walk on boats is I call it the jump test. Go around everywhere. And if you watch the factory episode, remember I was talking about the liners? This is what you get out of it. And I don't know if the sound is picking this up, but I mean, there's not a squeak, there isn't a rattle, there isn't anything. Okay, now looking at another reason why we like the boat was how the head and the shower was kind of set up. Now, a lot of boats, what they will do is they'll have the head, they'll have the vanity and the shower all in one place. The downside of that, if you're on a small boat or any boat for that matter, and this is somebody, you know, Amanda and I have been on boats for a very long time, is when somebody takes a shower, you know, the ventilation on a boat is not great like a home. You don't have the square footage that you're dealing with, the air conditioning, and that sort of thing. So in this boat, you have a split head and shower, which is really kind of unique, and we think is the best way because you can actually have two people getting ready at one time. You can have somebody at the vanity getting ready, and then you have somebody taking a shower, but yet the person who's taking a shower isn't steaming up the entire room for the person who's getting ready in the vanity. And then coming over here to the port side, you'll actually find that, hey, this is the actual shower. So you have a split setup, so somebody can be getting ready over there, and somebody can be taking a shower over here. Welcome to the master, the second master. I'm not quite sure what you would classify it, the V berth. It's a full queen size bed up here in the forward part of the bow. It's very comfortable. You'll have a emergency access out here, as well as the ability to get fresh air and ventilation. And if you want, of course, it's air conditioning and heated as well in here. And again, Regal has done a really nice job of integrating the blinds into the side of the boat. And they put some nice little touches in because Amanda loves sconces. And if you can see, they've integrated 2 sconces into the actual boat. Also included in the stateroom was a 32-inch TV. It's integrated into the sidewall, as well as a hang-up storage locker. It is separated by the rest of the boat by a 3-partition storage door, which comes out like this. It's a really nice door that gets folded away and a really good usage of space. Staying with Regal's philosophy on storage, they've incorporated 2 large drawers in here, of course, for storage. There's one, and here's the second one. But what is truly impressive is the amount of storage they've put under this bed and how easy they make getting access to it. Everything is on pistons and struts. So I'm literally lifting it with one finger, away it goes, and you have an absolutely tremendous amount of storage in here, all underneath the bed. All right, now coming down to the master, not the master. Okay, so you lose some headroom, no doubt. They've made some cutouts here. If you kind of can see that I can sit in this seating area right here and have plenty of room as I'm seated, so to be comfortable. Some other manufacturers have not done that. In fact, I was recently on a manufacturer where this seating area, my head was actually hitting the top. Now, again, this is a small 38-foot boat. So how Regal was able to achieve this cutout is, this is where the salon table upstairs, you have to step up into that seating area. This is that raised area. That is why that area is raised, is to allow this seat here to be able to sit in a normal position and be comfortable down here. Looking over to the side here, you can see they've again integrated really nicely in your TV. And then you also have a hanging locker over there, as well as the air conditioning ducts. Probably not the most flattering position in the world to be in, but hey, I'm not a supermodel, what can I say? So sitting in the master, or whatever you want to call it, you know, again, I'm 5'9". If you scoot all the way back, you can see how much room that you have down here. Again, they've integrated sconces down here again on either side. You can turn off the accent lights. And what they've done is these sconces actually have switches on them individually. So they're almost like your end table lights at night. So you don't have to turn on all the lights if you need to get up in the middle of the night. You can actually just turn on the sconces, which is kind of nice. But again, the bed separates into 2 twin-size beds or a king-size bed, which is what we have right now. You do have the blinds, which come down on either side, which again, block your, give you your privacy. And the final area of our 38XO, we can't forget about the bow. The Regal's done a really nice job of laying out the bow and giving several seating areas. Right now, you've got the rearmost seating area right here, where you can come over, sit down, and it's a rather comfortable area. They've integrated cup holders right here. So it really makes a nice lounging experience. In fact, Amanda and I were just saying how comfortable this was. It was actually a lot more comfortable than we thought it was going to be. You also have stereo speakers up here for your Fusion system, so that you can have outdoor speakers, of course, in the back and up front, and then of course all throughout the boat on the inside as well. Looking at the forward part of the sun pad as well, this is that second area I was just talking about, where these can pop up and again lock into 3 different positions. So why did we buy the Regal 38XO? Well, the outboard powered, fully enclosed cabin with no isinglass, split head configuration with the shower on one side and the vanity on the other, the layout of the salon with the rear deck area with the grill, and the ability to open up the sunroof and the side windows were all important considerations. On our next episode, from 100 to 26, we dive into the technical walkthrough of the 38XO, showing you all of the upgrades we made to the boat, from the Navtronics, the safety equipment, the upgrades that actually made living with outboard engines more livable, if that's even possible. Again, thank you for your support, your comments, and subscribing. It means the world to us.